Thursday Night Football is back, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, the Washington Commanders take on the Green Bay Packers, with both teams determined to prove their worth. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Commanders and the Packers tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
The Partial Breakaway Podcast with your hosts Nick and Junior and producer Vince, bringing you elite fantasy hockey information to help you win your fantasy leagues and win at life.
Episode 105 of the Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey Podcast. I am co-host Junior. To my right is co-host Nick. And to his right is producer Vince. And today, tonight, tomorrow, tonight, whenever the hell you listen to it, we will be previewing the Vancouver Canucks and the Seattle Kraken.
Two struggling teams last year.
Two struggling teams, but you know what's not struggling? Our socials. People are engaging. It's we're ramping it up. Hockey season, fantasy hockey season is around the corner. If you want all your content, please follow us at Partial Break Pod on Instagram, TikTok, X. Like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and more importantly, download our episodes. Give us reviews, man. That's the best way you can support us. We're available on all audio platform, podcast platforms. You search us, you'll find us.
And this year, for the first time ever, we have a listener league.
My man.
A regular season listener league. This has been 3 years in the making. And the person that has actually come up and is running it, which is Listener Mike. Listener Mike has been working on this for 3 years as well to make sure it works perfectly. And we're very happy to introduce it as the Partial Breakaway Listener League, which you are all very welcome to join. We have seen in the first week already quite a few people join us, but we are allowed many, many more. So there is room for more teams. Come get them while the spots are open, because they will pretty much fill now. It's like the month before the season starts, so they're going to start filling up pretty fast. I thought you were looking at vacation destinations there. It would have been fun.
It's almost time. Not when hockey season starts. Come on.
Come on now.
You still have a month before hockey season
Looking
starts.
for my ticket to Milano for the Olympics.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice.
I mean, if you listen to the last episode, you'll know that it plays a factor in what will happen this year.
Well, most people just download and don't listen, Junior, so it doesn't really matter what you think. Why don't you tell us about the top six this?
All right, let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks, who had an interesting offseason. So for the first time...
And I think we're going to have very different takes on this team.
For the first time in a little while, there won't be any locker room drama.
No balloons.
Yeah, so who's in, who's out? Well, they've got a new head coach in Adam Foote. They've got Evander Kane, who's joined the team, and Pierre-Olivier Joseph. Departures, Pia Suter, Dakota Joshua, and like I said before, locker room drama has departed. That doesn't mean, basically, it's Miller was traded last year, so it didn't happen this offseason. But for the first time, Pedersen's had a healthy offseason and a drama-free environment heading into the new season. You keep repeating the
drama-free thing. But
it was a big deal. You guys, when we were talking about it while it was happening, while the rumors were out there, you guys wouldn't believe it. And then it finally came out that it was true, and someone had to be traded because it got to the point where they couldn't handle it.
We'll see if it was the right person traded
or not. So let's see what this top six looks like going into the new season with the addition of Evander Kane and with without JT Miller, really, because that's a big piece to lose.
Yeah, so at that point, I mean, you're looking at Philip Hedl taking over that JT Miller spot on the second line as a center. Elias Pettersson remains your first line center. He's going to be flanked by Jake DeBrusk and returning Brock Besser.
Oh, I should have added that. That was a
Because
big extension.
That was a big. Well, it wasn't even an extension. He literally was a UFA, and he
Yeah.
decided to go back to Vancouver.
Huge. That's huge.
A lot of people were slating him to sign big ticket money over at Minnesota, where he's actually from, or where he played his junior hockey from. He decided to go back to Vancouver, and I think that's a vote of confidence to Vancouver. It also goes to show that he might have it good with Elias Pettersson. So, other than that, we have Connor Garland, who I think also got extended recently. Was it not last year? Or I should have looked that up. I do have it on Puckpedia, actually.
Yeah, it's the last. No, it happened this year. This is the last
Yes.
year of his current contract at 4.95 million. Then he signed a 6-year contract at $6 million AAV.
That's right, and they also have $3 million of cap space left over if ever they wanted to make some moves. Now, what I was going to say is that Evander Kane comes in on that second line, going to be playing, maybe creating some room for Connor Garland and Philip Hedl moving forward. So I kind of like that top six. I really don't mind it at all. Kiefer Sherwood is always an interesting player. Atu Ratti is an interesting player. I don't know if they're going to have the time to or opportunity to go back up into that top six, but according to Daily Faceoff, that's what we're looking at. The stud is Quinn Hughes, and he's going to be
Dependent on a lot.
And a lot of people were saying that the reason Adam Foote got hired is an endorsement from Quinn Hughes. So Quinn Hughes kind of wanted this guy to take over. And on his pairing, there's also Philip Hronik, who is not a all too shabby player either.
They complement each other very, very well. The problem lately was both players can't stay healthy.
And then you have all the Petterssons.
Yeah, Pettersson here, Pettersson there. Who wants a Pettersson? You want a Pettersson? I want a Pettersson. You want a Pettersson?
Yeah, it's that Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other. But Tyler Myers is also there, and Derek Forbert. A little bit less fantasy relevant, maybe, but Philip Hronik and Quinn Hughes really outshine the fantasy relevance there.
Nick, can I give you a guy that I think can crack that top six?
You give me a guy that could crack whatever you want. It's not sexual.
Cracks are cracking.
Crack.
Kravtsov. Very good bring up.
Who's back?
Who's back?
He's back.
From left after the Rangers, went to the KHL, had an okay season in the KHL. I think he had 58 points in 66 games, 27 goals, 31 assists. I think there is room on this team for him to crack that top six.
There's a lot of cracking going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or to break through that top six.
I'm looking at Lekari Maki. I think Lekari Maki needs a big year for this team to be in a playoff hunt. Yeah. I mean, look, guys, don't sleep. Would you agree that if I asked you out of nowhere, not doing a podcast and previewing the Vancouver Canucks, and told you that Jake DeBrusk got 28 goals last year, would you believe that?
Yes.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
He's been a good player
But
for a while.
it didn't seem like he got 28 goals. It sounded like he
it
had
was
a
the
bad
quietest-
season.
It was the quietest 28 goals. And there was so much drama around this team
On top of that, right?
last year.
But
So
this is what's impressive with DeBrusk is he got 28 goals and his number one centerman only got 45 points.
okay, guys, let's talk about what's really everybody wants to know. Is Elias Pettersson going to bounce back? Because 45 points as your number one center is not it's not doable. So, a lot rides the success of the Vancouver Canucks rides on Elias Pettersson being Elias Pettersson.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
I see you've been listening to
That's
old
beautiful.
episodes.
That's beautiful.
It's been a long time since we've actually used that one.
I do believe he's going to come into the season with a clear head. And he's like, even on an off year, he should be getting more than 45 points. He is just that talented. So I do believe he's coming with a clear head into camp. He's coming back with wingers he's known before. So the chemistry is there. So I'm looking for a bounce back year from Pettersson.
I would just advise to manage expectations. I mean, The guy's not gonna go from. Oh, my bad. From
Oh, another spill?
no,
From last episode?
45 points to 100 like he did 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I
Who's
mean,
saying 100?
no, I'm just saying because he hit 100 and then he hit 89 and then he hit 45. I don't think he's a 100-point player. That's why I'm saying manage expectation. I don't even think he's a 90-point player.
Okay, but can he hit 80 to 85?
This year will tell me if he's that kind of a player.
So because for dynasty leagues where salary is important, he needs to hit that 80 to 85 at the salary he's making. So it has to be important.
What happened?
It actually needs to be
What
much better
happened?
than that. I think that Elias Pettersson at the end has to be hitting around 85 to 100 points. Like, he's getting paid at $11 million.
But do you think he can do it? Do you think he can get back to that, or do you think he's just a point per game player?
No, I think he could get back to being fantasy relevant. That's
a big ask.
I mean, I think that he could get back to that point per game level. And if he does, it's going to spell really, really good things for the Vancouver Canucks.
If he does, their power play will not be ranked 15th. That's for sure.
He needs to come back also in better shape. That was one of the big. I mean, despite the drama, a lot of it had to do with how he came into camp, and not necessarily overweight, just not strong, not in shape.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think he's been called out, though.
Yeah,
I think he's been called out. Like, this is it. You're getting paid to be the number one center on this freaking team. You better start acting like it.
Yeah.
And I think that at the end, it's going to come out to. I always bet on talent. His talent, his perseverance. I really think that this is going to come into play here. And the fact that he has DeBrusque and Brock Besser on his wings is going to help him get that comfort feeling right away and kind of like run with it.
It's going to be a very top-heavy line because their second line, do you see any of these? Kane, Garland?
I was listening to the Fantasy Hockey Life who had a Vancouver reporter on it, and they think Evander Kane's going to be in the top 6. For me, that's like,
oh, he should be.
Yeah, but
he was a top sixer in Edmonton.
Who are you putting now?
Yeah, but he didn't produce. He didn't play last year in Edmonton.
Not last year,
in the playoffs.
the year before.
Yeah, I know, but he's 2 years older.
Yeah, but
he's 34 years old.
Who's
you want him in your top 6?
Who's going to take his place? Drew O'Connor, Max Saxon?
I would give a shot to the kid before keeping Evander Kane there.
Yeah, but like he's a right winger.
Like Harry Mackey.
But Evander Kane's
more of a center. Yeah. Yeah, you can play wing.
I mean, listen, I don't think the top 6 will stay like this during the year.
It's a new coach too, eh?
Yeah,
look.
exactly.
We always say that you have to look at training camp and you have to see what the lineup combinations are,
especially with new coaches.
But Connor Garland is 5'10". He's not a big boy. No, I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Connor Garland is 5'10". Philip Hero, which
he's bigger. Yeah,
he's bigger, but he's had some.
1.
He's 6'2", according to this.
Mm-hmm.
But he's had some injury history in the past. Mm-hmm. Something to be a little bit worried about. I think Evander Kane complements that. He's a bigger physical player that could crash the net and maybe relieve some of the physicality that the other two have to go through. So as a fit, I find that Evander Kane fits very well on that second line. And then you could always have a third line that has some scoring touch with a Lekarimaki there, or maybe Kravtsov, who knows, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think Evander Kane's the sandpaper they need in that top 6. So,
I think they were missing that.
Yeah, if he can stay healthy, he can have a nice little season.
I just think maybe Pettersson needs a Garland or a Kane. I don't see DeBrusque, Pettersson, and Besser being fully loaded on the top line.
Really? Why?
I think because there's not enough depth. How do you get scoring with the rest of the guys?
You don't.
Philip Hito's got to be your X factor. He's got to be. Yeah. Well, he's got to be the guy you expected to get in return for JT Miller, and that all comes down to health. So hopefully he went into the offseason, into the training camp. He'll go into training camp 100% healthy, and he turns things around for him and the Vancouver Canucks.
But can we all admit that this team is going in one direction, depending all on their goaltending and what's happening in goal?
I love what happened in goal. And this is exactly what this is my reaction when the extension came in. What? How do you give Demko, who hasn't stayed healthy, that much money?
Mm-hmm.
But let's look at talent-wise. Talent-wise, he is, when healthy, a very good goaltender. And if he's not healthy, there's always LTIR or IR, and you don't have to pay his salary. So it's not a bad bet by Vancouver because they gave the guy, first of all, they didn't give him an 8-year contract, right? So it's not a bad bet for them to realize, first of all, that there's not a lot of other people there. There's nobody on free agency that you could have gone out to get that's as good as Thatcher Demko.
Mm-hmm.
He's 29 years old, which is in the prime of goaltending. He has $5 million this year coming up, and then 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. That was the extension, 8.5 for 3 years.
Yeah.
So if Demko's healthy, you're looking at the reason that they could make the playoffs.
And if he goes down, you still have a solid backup in
Yeah.
Lankinen. Like last year's numbers for Lankinen: 51 games played, 25 wins, 15 losses, 4 shutouts, 2.62 goals against average, 0.902 save percentage. Quality starts 29. So, I mean, they still have that security blanket in case Demko does go down again.
Absolutely.
That 2.62 goals against average, solid numbers. And the Vancouver Canucks were not a high scoring team either. They were 23rd in the league. So, I think they have, if Demko can stay healthy, which to me is always a doubt, they have one of the best goaltending tandems in the league.
So if we forget about last year and we go into 2023, 2024, Thatcher Demko had 917 save percentage.
Wow, that's why he made his name.
That's not even, because he had 901 the year before that, 915, 915 again. Like he's repeated this several times. It's not he made his name in 2023. It's just that if he gets back to that, now you're really talking about a team that could actually go and make some noise.
Yeah, in a competitive West. So, but the problem with this team right now, there's a lot of ifs. If Demko comes back to his form, if Pettersson could come back in shape, if if Quinn Hughes can stay healthy, it's a lot of ifs. This team does have the tools to compete. I still think they're missing a few pieces to really be there to compete for a playoff spot. But listen, Brock Besser coming back, I think, was huge for them. I think it was something nobody thought was going to happen. Like I said, he also had an off year, like from going from 40 goals to 25 goals. It's a big drop off that. You never want to see that in a forward. Like if you go to 40 goals, you want to see a drop off of maybe 35, 36. You don't want to see a drop off of like.
Yeah, if they don't sign Besser, we're talking lottery team maybe.
We're talking about Quinn Hughes going to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Besser was huge. Besser was huge because he could score 40.
Yeah.
He did it not so long ago. It all depends on whether or not Elias is Elias.
Imagine he scored 20. That's what I was getting at. 25
with Elias doing nothing.
With Elias doing nothing.
Yeah.
And the thing with Vancouver that's going to be interesting is they're a team that's hard to play against. So they're going to be in a lot of games.
Yeah.
And teams like that always stick around. So if all these ifs are answered, I could see them fight for that playoff spot because they got the goaltending. And, if that if comes through.
They have one of the best defensemen in the world.
But their decor is solid.
Yeah.
Like, it's not great, but it's, first of all, you have one of the best, like you said, in the world. Plus, you got a Tyler Myers that defensively sound. Marcus Pettersson, Philip Hronik, excellent compliments. Elias Pettersson, Victor Mancini, Forbort, Joseph. And that's without talking, is Willander going to make the team? Do you guys think Willander makes the team?
He has a chance.
If you want to talk about prospects a little bit. But
I don't know if they're going to force him in, but he has a good chance. I mean, that defensive core does not look very solid.
Did he sign his entry level? Because I know for a while there was.
I think he signed it, if I'm not mistaken. But there's in the prospect lines. I mean, there's Willander.
Yes, he signed it.
11th.
Yeah, he signed.
Lekramaki, who's 15th overall, who's on the team. Then you have Braden Coots, 18, was drafted 15 overall this year, so I don't see him. I think that one of the surprising one is Medvedev.
The
As
goalie,
a
right?
goaltender, 17
Mhm.
years old, drafted 47 this year. So I'm guessing you saw how they maybe protected themselves from Patrick from a Demko Thatcher Demko fallout. So those are mainly their prospects. I don't know what key rating he gave them, Nick.
Pronman?
Yeah.
Pronman gave him 22nd in the NHL pipeline
so
right
you
now.
Yeah,
see,
they
so
need
I
work.
mean, it's those players, and then you have the ones that are playing. Aturati. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for this team.
Well, look, Brendan Coots was a great draft pick.
Mhm.
He hasn't scored at high levels, but anyways, it's we'll see what he turns into. Tom Willander is good offensively. He's a great skater.
Yeah.
Like he could make it to the NHL just from his skating alone. So
It'll give them another defenseman that can make you pass tape to tape and get out of the zone quicker than
absolutely.
any other defenders they have, right? So,
All right, let's do over unders.
ooh, the
I'm
most
excited.
exciting
I'm excited.
Segment
It's
for
the
the
most
billions
wonderful time
billions that are
of the
watching us
podcast.
and listening to us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Vancouver Canucks.
Vancouver.
Elias Pettersson,
Ooh, starting off hot.
69.5 points. Nick,
Over.
Ooh, didn't even have to say under. Boom, over. So Nick is looking for a bounce back from Elias. Junior,
I'll go slightly over, but not
slightly
by
over.
much.
So not hitting the 80s, staying in the low 70s.
Yeah.
Interesting. DeBrusque, 29.5 goals. Junior, over or under?
The breast 29.5. So you're saying whether or not he hits 30.
Mm.
He's never done it. I'm gonna go no.
Under.
He's paced for it, but he's never quite
Nick?
done it.
I'll say under as well, slightly.
Slightly under.
Did I say under? I said under, right?
Yeah, you did. Well, I hope so.
Brock Besser, 33.5 goals. Nick,
Slightly over.
slightly over. Junior,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with over.
over. It hits the 40s or is in between 35 and 40?
In between.
Garland.
Might even be on the nose.
Garland, 53.5 points. Over or under?
53, huh?
53.5.
He had 49 last year.
Garland had
47. He's so basically it would be a career high for him. He hit 52 in 21-22. I think he'll get the deployment. I mean, it's a new coach, so it's hard to tell. But for the first time in his career, he played more than 17 minutes of ice time. So, I mean, with the players they have, he has to get more playing time. Give me, 53, you said?
Yeah,
Give me
53.5.
over. I think he can hit 55.
Nick?
Yeah, I'll say over.
Final one. Quinn Hughes. Last year was pacing for 92 points. The year before that was got 92 points. The year before that was pacing for 80 points. The magic number here is 81.5 points. Nick, over or under?
Over.
Over. Shatters it.
Shatters it. Are we thinking like his career high is 92? Well, maybe that might be a bold take, so we won't go there. All right, so there goes the over and unders. And now for the second most exciting segment of this podcast. Nick, I see you twitching and twinkling. So how about you give us...
Twitching and twinkling. The
Thank you.
Twitchler.
How about you give us your bold prediction?
I think that's just Tourette's. No, I don't have Tourette's. So what I was going to say is that I think that Thatcher Demko has the opportunity to be a Vezina finalist this year.
With those towel?
Vezina finalist this year.
So right now, Nick, in the 3 finalists, he's got Dostal and Thatcher Demko.
Did I say those?
No, I said
no.
Dostal.
That
I
was
said
his
Dostal.
stupid take.
You give good stats. What up?
Junior, Both things.
Just like Edmonton's not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Vince, I'll save the obvious one for you.
I'm not doing the obvious one, so you can go the obvious one.
No, I want to go with this one.
So he was just faking the niceness, by the way.
What niceness.
I will save the
What's
the
your
Well,
What's your bold prediction?
Lekari Maki scores 20 goals.
Karamaki scores 20 goals.
That's pretty bold.
Okay.
Pretty bold. It's not Vezina caliber bold, but it's pretty bold.
Yeah, sometimes maybe he's Vezina caliber, sometimes maybe not.
Good.
It would have been nice if you said Liquormaki wins the Vezina.
Oh, what a turn of events in Vancouver.
My bold prediction: the Brus gets 40 goals this year.
Wow.
But if you guys are saying Patterson's going to get 80 points,
I didn't say Patterson was getting 80
yes,
points.
you said he's getting over.
I said he's going to early 70s.
Okay, so that's early.
I said
70s.
point per
Low
game.
70s.
I said point per game.
Yeah, but even though early 70s, Patterson got
45 last year.
45, so that's 30 extra points. Who's going to score one of those 30 extra points?
Brock Besser.
And the Brusque. So
Brock!
I say the Brusque, my friend, is going for 40 goals.
We were all thinking it.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
Can Quinn Hughes hit 100 points?
Oh, wow. That's.
I think it's rich.
In the modern era, has two defensemen ever hit 100 points? This could be the year, bro.
This could be the year. My God.
So he's like, I don't even want to say what I have to say.
Before we talk about the Seattle Krakens and their third liners, I'm kidding. The Seattle Kraken. A quick thought about our sponsor, DraftKings.
Let's do it.
Yes, let's go. Billy.
Football is back, and so is your shot at a big win. With DraftKings Pick 6. Again, the wrong one. What's going on here?
I'm not sure how it's possible.
Because it's there. Okay. Your season, your shot. The NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. From first touchdown score to anytime touchdown props, or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. You can go with team surpluses, you can go with special teams. Your bets are more than exaggerated for DraftKings. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube or YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's right, code THPN to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnerships with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
The Seattle Kraken.
All right, let me tell you about the Seattle Kraken, who also have a new coach. Lambert is the new coach in Seattle. I believe he had a short stint with the New York Islanders. A little bit of a defensive coach. They acquired Marchment in a trade for practically nothing. They also got Frederick Goodrow and Ryan Lindgren, who's out, notably just Burakovsky. Other than that, guys, that's about it. So the team more or less stays intact. There's a few rumors about possibly Jared McCann getting traded, but there's nothing for sure that we could really say. So this is the team we have to talk about. There's a lot of up and coming players that maybe are going to have the potential to have a breakout season this year. it's going to be a very interesting season, both the back end and up front. So I'm curious to know what you guys have to say about it. Nick, why don't you start us off with the top 6?
Well, we have Matty Beniers,
Matty Beniers.
who is touted as a great two-way player, just kind of didn't have the points maybe that fantasy GMs would be looking for. But bringing up his rear as the
What?
second center is Chandler Stevenson or perhaps Shane Wright. That's going to be an interesting one down the middle there in Seattle. On Matty Beniers' wing, we have Capo Caco, who was pretty much shoved out of New York very, very, very quickly and kind of refound his game a little bit in Seattle. So that was nice to see. Jaden Schwartz is a grizzled vet who's been there for a while and always reliable, I think, in what he does bring. Jared McCann is the best goal scorer that this team has. And then Chandler Stevenson, like we mentioned. Jordan Everly is the other one. Mason Marchman comes in to really solidify maybe the third line. And Eli Tolvanen, he's had some flashes, but hasn't really put it all together in the NHL. Frederick Goudreau, Ty Kartai, Yanni Nyman bring up the rear. So,
Man, who's breaking into the top 6 over here?
well,
It has to be someone.
Guys, they got 520 goal scorers.
yeah.
Not a lot of teams could say that.
Yeah, and still they make the playoffs.
Yeah,
They're
because
the
they have
team-
no point per game players.
They're the team that kind of beats you with like a million paper cuts.
Yeah.
Like oh, you don't know who's coming next.
The torture.
One person that
I think that they built this team to try to be a balanced team where line 1, 2, and 3 and 4 all get the same amount of minutes played and try to beat you like that. But I think they need to change something, and bringing in a defensive coach I don't think helps any of these young players fantasy wise. But I don't know. Like I definitely see Shane Wright cracking the top 6.
well, Chandler Stevenson's not a bad player.
Not
So
necessarily.
he's going to have to beat out Chandler Stevenson. I
You-
think the plan eventually is that he does.
You don't think you can beat out Jordan Eberle on the wing?
I don't think Shane Wright, they're viewing Shane Wright as a winger right now.
I could see Stevenson playing wing more than Shane Wright.
But Stevenson doesn't he have face-off wins galore?
He's got a pretty good he's got a 51% face-off
Okay.
face-off win percentage.
The year before he was 52, the year before that 58.
So he's a pretty good face-off guy. 759 face-off wins. We'll do that.
Yeah. But when it comes to where some of their offense could be generated from,
You're preaching, Nick.
Vince Dunn
Mm.
has been a stalwart on their team.
Yeah.
Adam Larson just provides more of the defensive side of things while Dunn is roaming the offensive zone. And then you have Brandon Montour, who also provides offense.
18 goals, man. 18
Right?
goals. Wow.
Almost as much as their forwards.
Almost as much as their forwards.
He
Uh,
is
And then Riker Evans,
young kid.
young kid, but not
New contract.
new contract. He's there and he has offensive pedigree as well. So they seem to have one offensive defenseman in each line and one defensive defenseman in each line in their pairings in the back end. So there's a clear view of what their team mentality is for the defensive pairings.
Yeah, listen, they have a very nice chemistry going on all 3 pairings on defense. It's just I don't know if that's enough to bring in more offense from the forward aspect. It's a tough team to judge, man. Honestly,
It's a really good decor.
we always
Very good.
It's
team.
a really good
we
decor.
always make fun of it, but it seems like they're a bunch of second and third liners. Like I don't see a first liner on this team that, and by first liner I mean we all agree first liner is you got to get between 80 and 90 points to be a first liner. Or if you're a winger,
Well, to be a star, you need 80 or 90 points. To be a first liner, you can be in the 70s.
and goals, 30 goals, 35 goals.
I mean, you're hoping one 30 goal scorer
Yeah.
somewhere.
So it's like
McCann has done it before, hasn't
Yeah.
he?
Look, this is they've got 4 players on the final year of their contract on as forwards. So this is the transition year. This is the year where the young guys we're talking about, Shane Wright, Beniers, maybe Catton, we'll talk to about him a little later. This is where they evolve, and these guys like Jaden Schwartz. By the way, I think he almost scored 30 goals last year, whether you believe it or not.
26 goals.
Jordan Eberle, Mason Marchment, Ivi Tolvanen. These are the guys that are probably on their way out because they need to make space now for these young guys coming up. And they've got a lot of young guys coming up. So who's going to score? It's the usual suspects. It's the McCanns. It's the Schwartz. The McCann, the Schwartz. I mean, it's tough because none of these guys are like elite, and that's why we need a boost from Shane Wright this year. I think this is the year that Shane Wright needs to have his breakout. And 19 goals wasn't too shabby last year, but if he on a 14-minute deployment, come on. I'll just verify one thing because this usually is a trend going into the new season.
But while Junior's doing that, just to talk about their prospects, I mean, obviously Berkeley Catton is their number 1 prospect at 19 years old. Jake O'Brien, who they drafted this year, 18 years old and drafted 8 overall. Jager Furkes, 21, drafted 35th overall in 2022. Carson Rankoff, he played for Team Canada, if I'm not mistaken, right? In the juniors.
Yeah.
Had an okay showing, drafted 50th overall. Blake Fiddler, a defenseman.
This
year, yeah, exactly. So I don't see him getting Edward Sale. Edward Saleh, I feel he's a guy who needs to.
He didn't have a great year.
No, he needs to make a difference in the AHL this year because they drafted him, if I'm not mistaken, 20th overall in the AHL. I just want to bring up his numbers if I can. So I think he needs to. 20 years old. It's not like he's 25. He's 20 years old. So he's still a young player.
And he had a good
6'2". AHL, he had 21 points in 51 games. So I think I don't see him getting his cup of tea in the NHL this year, but I do see him getting a better season in the AHL.
We spoke of him to have a big World Juniors because he was an older player, and he had 8 points in 7 games for Czech Republic.
Seattle Kraken is 23rd on the power play.
Oh God, Nick.
Yeah, because
but
you know what?
Who's their goal
McCann.
scorer?
McCann is the only goal scorer they
So
really
that's
have.
why you're 20, whatever you said.
You know,
because you can't have McCann as your number 1.
Well, it's not ideal, but you have Dunn.
Yes,
Dunn's a power play quarterback.
McCann has scored 40 goals already.
Yeah, once. And then all the other years.
29, 27.
Yeah.
Still decent. You know, Eberle,
on a team with no number 1 center.
But that's
I think Beniers is a number 1 center.
Beniers,
it's just that
listen, I've always
he's
said
not going to be that point producing guy.
You've heard me say I think Shane Wright will overpass Beniers in points on this team. Will be the better offensive centerman, but Beniers 2-way as your second centerman is not a bad choice. And their power plays are like, if Dunn goes down, they have Montour that can just come in and take over the job, no problem.
Yeah.
No hesitation. So I think on this team,
I would almost play them both.
Yeah, I think on this team, it's not the defensive, but I think it's the offense that needs to really bring it up a gear.
Do we think Capo Caco continues his
so hard
increase?
I hope, but he's getting the opportunities. And listen, anytime he's gotten the opportunities, he's taking it by the horns.
Former second overall pick.
Yeah, exactly. So there's talent somewhere.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, last year, did it help that Beniers had an off season with only 43 points? So, if you know, it's sometimes as a winger, you are so dependent on that centerman that if your centerman is off, you're going to be off too.
But I agree. They really need somebody like Berkeley Catton to come in and start creating offense because he has the ability to do that.
Yes.
some of the other guys that you mentioned have some strength as well offensively in that pipeline. The pipeline itself actually was ranked 6th by Corey Pronman.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Pretty high.
They've got nice names.
He still has Beniers listed as a
Okay,
prospect,
that's fine,
so it helps.
So he has Beniers and Wright still listed.
But yes, and he still thinks Beniers has the skill and the ability to create. He could play any spot on the power play as well. So, like, a lot of people are down on Beniers because of his low point totals, but he's still so young. He still has so much time ahead of him to actually turn into something. And Shane Wright, I mean, like Shane Wright, like you mentioned, is somebody that he's very well rounded. He could play almost any position, any role that you want him to. Drafted Jake O'Brien.
Yeah, they're trying to find the guys they want to stick with down the middle.
I'm wondering if a guy like Jaeger Furcus gets a shot. If they need goal scoring, this guy scored 61 goals 2 years ago in 63 games in the Western Hockey League. He didn't have a great AHL season last year, 36 points in 69 games. I'm curious. I mean, to start, I don't think he makes the team. But if he comes out flying with the AHL, he might be the first call-up whenever they're in need. Just to at least get a little bit of punch up there.
But let's say this all goes right and the offense kicks it up a notch. Can their goaltending solidify this into a playoff team?
Joy Decord has been freaking good.
Yeah, I think last year you had a bit of an...
Joey Decord got an invite to orientation camp for the U.S. over Dustin Wolf.
906
FYI.
Let's not just talk about that. But yeah, look, Joy Decord basically took the job from Philip Grubauer. Decord, 57 games played, 27 wins, 23 losses, 2.73 goals against, save percentage of 906. Grubauer, on the other hand, 26.
Not very good.
No, 26 games played, 8 wins, 17 losses, 3.49 goals against average, 0.875 save percentage. So, like, is this... A lot of people thought they were going to buy Grubauer out this year, and they haven't. So, does this mean that they believe he can be a good... He can come back and be a good number 2? Like, Joey Decord is the number 1 goalie on this team. I mean, I don't think there's any debate.
No, there's no debate there.
Okay. So, do we think that Joey Decord can go? Because if I'm not mistaken, the year before he had
50 games played,
19 wins, 18 losses, 2.46 goals against, and a 0.916 save percentage. 30 quality starts, 60% of his starts were quality. Last year, 59.6. So it's about the same thing.
It's interesting with Joey Decord, 29 years old. Like, he went from never playing more than 8 games to suddenly at 27 years old, 50 games, 28 years old, 57 games. And he handled that extremely freaking well.
Yeah. Came out of nowhere.
Extremely well.
We've said it before, goaltending is such a weird thing to kind of judge, right?
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to do well and who's not. And from year to year, it could change. So far, though, the last 2 years, Joey Decord has been looking good.
Goal save above expected of
For
16.8 is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
For a goalie whose
On a good decor, too.
team is... can I get the...
Good defensive forwards as well.
Yeah, they honestly have a nice blend. And like talk about goals for the Seattle Kraken, Vince, if that's what you're looking for, they're 16th.
Yeah.
They ranked 16th last year.
So it's like power play 23rd, penalty kill 21st, shots per games played 25th. I mean, all these numbers don't help Joey Decord, right? It's not easy. So I think he's doing a solid job. He just needs offense, and this team just needs offense. And I mean, maybe there's someone that's gonna 2 or 3 players that are gonna really excel this year and help.
Their power play needs to improve. And look, there's talk on the NHL.com website that Berkeley Catton has a shot at making the team out of camp. I think it's a bit too young, but
I could see why.
I could see why, because they need that creator, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, are they going to start him off at winger or at center?
I would start him off as
I
winger.
think as winger.
Me too.
They're pretty deep at center. I don't think.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So do you hear that? Do you hear the billions?
The
Billions of people asking for a next segment, Nick?
Go ahead.
The over-unders, Nick and Junior. The over-unders for the
Vámonos.
Seattle. And I promise you there's more than... the number is over 20 for each one of these players, okay?
Order in the court.
Oh, I like that one. All right, let's start. Seattle Kraken. Number one centerman right now. Berniers. 54.5 points.
Over.
Jesus.
Yeah, I found that really low. But
Yeah.
Really
I
low.
went with the numbers and
Really low.
really low. Like what do
You guys are making it sound like
what do you
he has no choice to hit it.
He has no choice to hit it.
Well, he has to hit it.
No, like it's too easy. I mean,
Is it too easy?
he needs to break out.
Nick, what are his points?
43 points last year, 37 the year before that, 57 the
So
year
it's a
before that.
decline every year almost. So I do believe it's going to go over 50, 54.
What's the number?
54.5.
He's only done it once.
Slightly, man.
See, slightly is not good enough. I think he needs to hit that 60.
No, I think he's hitting the 60s this year.
I'm gonna go slightly over, but
He's kind of gotten 250 games played in the NHL, 249 if you really count.
I'll tell you what.
It's time.
If they're talking about Berkeley Catton possibly making this team, that's got to light a fire up his butt because Shane Wright could surpass him. And if Catton makes it, then you're maybe talking Beniers number 3 center.
I think Catton makes it as his winger.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, to start.
Okay, second guy.
Just brings up his point totals.
Another young player. Shane Wright. 50.5 points.
50?
50.5 points.
Over.
I don't believe Shane Wright will be doing third line duties over here. I think he'll crack the top 6.
Yeah, he's going over.
Junior, you say over.
I'm more confident in him getting more points than Beniers.
I'll say over, but not more than Beniers.
Not more than Beniers. Nice. Interesting. Kako. 19.5 goals.
I want this kid to succeed. I'm going to say over.
Just because you want him to succeed.
Well, I mean, it's a freaking over-under.
Over 19 goals?
19.5.
I want to cheer for someone.
Under.
Wow. Who's going to... Man, I still don't know who's going to score for this team.
Nobody's been scoring for them.
I know. So that's why our next two
Montour.
players, our next two players are defenders because
you don't have McCann on your list.
no. Done. 51.5 points.
51
That
and
puts
a
him in the
half.
top. I think top 20 we said or top. Vince Dunn. So I'll tell you.
He
his
paced
stats.
for 52.
Last year, paced for 52 and 62. He played 62 games, 39 points. 59 games and 46 points. He was pacing for 64. 81 games played.
All right, you've convinced me.
64.
Over.
Yeah, I got the over as well.
Let's see if he stays healthy, man.
That's been the problem
that's
the last
an
few
easy,
seasons,
That's
right?
an easy over if he stays healthy.
Missed 20 games last year. Missed 22 the year before that.
It's
23.
at one point you gotta prove to stay healthy before people can really put their money on that, right? So final one, another defenseman, Brendan Montour, someone who could stay healthy. So with Seattle, first year with Seattle last year, 81 games, 41 points. With Florida, he had 66 games played, 33 points, and then he had that extraordinary season of 80 games played, 73 points. I have Montour at 44.5 points. Nick?
I'll say over.
Over.
Slightly. Like 45.
I'll say under.
Under. So you think this is a down year for Montour?
No, he's just slightly under. I think not being the number one guy on that power play, I don't know, 18 goals last year. His shooting percentage was 7.8. I don't know if he could repeat 18 goals. He's done 16, but I don't know. Just a hunch. I'll go with slightly under.
Nice.
He'll live between 40 and 45. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Do you hear that? It's the billions of people booing you for your takes. Boo.
And that might have to do with Vince owning Montour.
Yeah, I'm trying to trade him high. No one wants to buy him.
I'm a loser.
Sorry, that was for Vince.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our bold freaking takes.
Second best segment of this program.
Probably. Vince, why don't you start with a bold take?
A bold take.
For the Seattle mediocre, middle of the pack Kraken.
I'll go bold. Shane Wright, 65 points.
It's cute. It's cute. I'll say Beniers, 70 points.
Yeah, that's cute. And this one's just gonna be stupid.
This one's first he's gonna take his time.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna explain his take, and then the outro is gonna be playing for 25 minutes, and then we're gonna figure out what it is.
My bold take is Grubauer beats the cord as a starting goalie.
Wow. So if you haven't heard it
At some point during the season, Grubauer will be the starting goalie of
last
this team.
episode, Junior said the Edmonton Oilers are not making the playoffs, and this
Oh,
episode,
you guys think everyone's gonna score 50 or get 100 points? Like,
So
so
Edmonton
that
doesn't
someone's
make
got to
the
be
playoffs.
negative
Edmonton
now.
goes is
Make the
Vancouver
playoffs?
thing.
no, it's Vancouver and Grubauer is taking.
like
Joe
Kerry Mackey to
Dostal
score
is
20
isn't a winner.
Yeah.
Like Kerry Mackey was to score 20 goals.
Yeah, that's
Look,
not bad.
okay, that's actually half decent. Most of your takes are so bad,
I mean,
guys.
this team is dull, and my bold take was dull. Who cares?
Well, the people that listen and comment
Please email
on
Junior.
Instagram, X, and Twitter at Partial Break Pod. Please subscribe and like our videos on YouTube. And last episode, you should have had some laughs at our YouTube video watching me fail with a drink in my hands.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At Partial Breakaway Fantasy Hockey on YouTube. Go ahead.
Don't forget about our Partial Breakaway Listener League. Quickly, it's basically a weekly lineup. You roster 2 centers, 2 left wing, 2 right wing, 2 defensemen, 1 goalie. You have a salary cap of $35 million. You got to make it all work to get as many points as possible. The beauty is that next week, you can do a whole new lineup. So the lineups are locked per week. You're never out of it until like later on.
It's like playing a daily fantasy game on DraftKings, but season long.
Yeah.
Which
Which is
really
great.
cool. Really
And
cool.
it's, spots are filling up, so let us know.
Have a good night, peeps.
Have a good night, everybody.
And try not to listen to Junior's stupid takes.
Oh my god, these bold takes have been horrible.